Well, good morning. How are you all today? You've been paying attention to this stuff that's going on down there in Florida about the attempted assassination. This stuff isn't making any sense to me, so I thought that I'd just get on. I woke up at 3:30 this morning, a little bit earlier than I usually do, and turned on the news and see what they were saying about it. And I tell you, things just aren't fitting with me on this, so I thought that I'd share it. Now, like I said last night, the first information you get on these things is never the whole story, and some of it's very often just false, so we don't know. The truth is a moving target in these things. It will evolve and it will be stroked and manipulated and packaged according to what they want you to see. But this is just or what they want you to think. But this is just a little too odd for me. The guy's name is what is it? Ryan Wesley Routh, one of those things. Did you see the picture of him sitting in the car, handcuffed, looking up like he was expectant of something, like he was almost pleased to have been caught, to be the center of attention. This guy, just from what little that I've gleaned so far, and by the time you see this, we may know more. You may know more. Uh, he is to me. I don't think you need to be a profiler to understand that this is a guy with very little sense of self worth. There could be some some should we say some internal uh, delusions of grandeur in this guy. I would imagine that we'll find out that he's never had much good going on in his life. He's 58. There's been no mention so far of a family, wife, kids, anything like this. He has seemed to have kind of a bounce around existence, at least recently. 8 arrests for minor stuff, no big deal, which shows that he's just he's a guy that dances a little too close to the line, very often. Apparently, he was over in Ukraine. He's been a big proponent of the Ukraine uh, government. Uh, they're claiming, and they show pictures that make it look like he was speaking in support of the Azov group, the neo-Nazi group over there. He's been very vocal, apparently, on his his twitters, that against Russia. He was apparently a Democrat donor, although he was registered apparently as an independent. Uh, has spoken against Trump. Um, all these things, I mean, they can be made to fit very nicely into a package. But I'm always a little bit suspicious of things that fit that nicely into packages. Another thing is, you saw the pictures of the so-called sniper's nest, a couple of ceramic plates hanging on a chain link fence. Yeah, and I hear these people on the news talking about, oh man, he really knew what he was doing. I mean, he's, well, it didn't look like he knew what he was doing to me. You know, see what you all think about that. But this kind of stuff, it's just got all of the markings of a setup to me. Uh, so he hangs a couple of ceramic plates on a chain link fence, and a Secret Service man notices a rifle barrel sticking out of the bushes, some 300, 500 yards away, whatever. Um, and then some citizen just driving by, and again, here, before I get to that, and they're asking questions. Well, how did this guy, this Ralph, know that Trump was going to be there playing? They're trying they're trying to make things sound a little too complicated on this. We're going to look back and we're going to see if he was staking out the place. We're going to see if he was, uh, you know, because how did he know? Is there a mole in Trump's organization? Is there this? Is there that? And they're going to stir this up to the point to where it's going to become so confusing that people aren't going to be able to see the truth. Hey, we live in a surveillance world. I mean, if Trump is and this is what people don't understand. It doesn't have to be some secretive operation. If Trump is playing golf somewhere, every person who works at that place knows that he's there. Okay, and they all are on social media, and you have hundreds of potential people, tweeting out to their friends or Snapchatting or or whatever. Hey, Trump's here, and these things they're just not a secret. Of course, we know, or it's my opinion anyway, that the Secret Service coverage, sucks. I made that claim, that statement last night. Anyway, getting back to this, so he's seen running out of the woods, and a citizen just happens to take a picture of him and of his license plate. Why? I mean, that just seems a little too pat to me. And you can say, well, people, they do that just to, yeah, okay. When you put a lot of these things together that just don't make sense, this guy is obviously not I would not call him high competence. Okay. This guy is not the sharpest tool in the bag. And you can see that. And I think, although we may never, we never know. What do we know about the shooter in Butler anymore? Has anything come to light about that? So we're never going to know about this. But this is just too easy a package about a guy who obviously is a screw up. This guy's a screw up. Now who do they target? Those who's that want to be able to manipulate borderline personalities. They go after the screw ups. And this guy was this a deep state operation? Well, I'd say the chances are good, real good. Now the extent, exactly what kind, who knows? Everybody's gonna have an opinion on that. Everybody's gonna, come up with increasingly crazy theories about this. But you know what? Sometimes there's truth in those crazy theories. But I think the bottom line on this is that this was simply this was an attempt. Was it an attempt on Trump's life? Actually, it was an attempt at something by somebody. Was it an attempt by the deep state or by the Secret Service to make it look like Trump's life was again threatened and that they jumped into action and took care of it? And now this, Lee Harvey Oswald made the statement that can be applied to so many of these people. If they'd say, I'm a patsy. I'm a patsy. Now, this guy looked to me from the picture of him sitting in the car like he was all happy. He was pleased to have been caught. If go back to one other thing, this so-called sniper's nest with the plates hanging on the hanging on the fence. I mean, it looks like something a 6-year-old would do, right? Well, if he was all set up there and ready to fight it out, which the ceramic plates would indicate he was ready to take some incoming, why'd he scoot so quick? Why didn't he stay there in his and his fortified sniper's nest. There's more to this, a lot more to this than will ever, be made known, or that will know. There is something, however, there, and I think this is all part of a program, of course, to just disrupt the election process, certainly. Uh, Also, to try to elicit a response from some crazy on the right. I wouldn't doubt that. And that fits into something that I'm going to talk about a little bit later today. Because I think it's something that I haven't heard anybody mention or think about. And I think that if they can't take out Trump, they're going to do something even more uh, unbelievable. We'll get back to that later. Okay, I'm going to get back, watch a little news. It's so early. I'm going to get back to signing some books and making this day a productive one. Hope you all do too. Remember that we prepare well today in order to live well tomorrow, and remember that America needs a reversion and it needs you to be a part of it. We are living in interesting times, and I think they're about to get more interesting. And I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.